Hello, my name is Murli. I am a SAP Simple Finance consultant as well as online trainer for FICO as well as Simple Finance 1511 version. So today I am going to discuss about presentation on Simple Finance. So here, these are the versions with a different version which are released by SAP in R1 in 1972, that is a real-time integration, R2 in 1979, R3 in 1992, ERP that is Enterprise Resource and Planning in 2004, and S4 HANA, so which was released in March 2015. So moving on to next slide. So these are the main benefits of S4 HANA which is powered by SAP HANA. So here we are calling as a cloud edition. So it is built on HANA platform. Second point is about the new Fiori for any device. So this Fiori application we can install on any device like a mobile, Android device or a tab or a desktop. With this the end user can post the transactions, he can retrieve the information wherever it is required with the help of his mobile device, and even it is as a business person of a business manager is traveling to a different location and he wants any information, so quickly with his device with the help of the Fury application he can retrieve the information and then and there he can take that decision. So this is a new user experience or UI we are calling. So and moving on to next, this is the guided configuration, and here ERP, enterprise resource planning, customer relation management, supply chain management, and PLM in one system is going to happen. And next point is no locking parallelism for throughout outputs. So about this point, previously, if a person is working on, if more than one end user is working on the particular T code, so we used to get a message as this T code is blocked for processing or this T code is blocked. So we need to enter the T code SM12 and delete all the transactions which are used by other persons, and we need to execute uh, our activity. So this one in simple finance it is not required. So it means that n number of persons can work on the single T code. So no locking on this is going to happen. And here next point is the actual data 25% and historical data is 75%. So actual data means HANA data storage of 20 and hard disk. So here hard disk we are not depending more on the hard disk. This point we'll explain in the next coming slides. And moving on to next slide. So here SAP Simple Finance we are calling as their main three key ingredients or three futures what SAP is calling as Simple Finance. So point one is one source of truth, real-time process and production simulation analysis. About the one source of truth, here that's the next slide. So here the material ledger information, whatever the processing we are doing in material ledger, or else whatever the transactions we are, whatever the configuration we are doing, or whatever the information we are processing in the asset accounting of postings and COPA. So everything is moving on to GL accounting. So with this we can say that reconciliation is not required. So this is about the one source of truth. Next. So these are the capabilities of S4 HANA. So the main two features is the on-premise edition and cloud edition. So on-premise edition means whatever the configuration we are doing on the real-time server or whatever the transaction we are posting on the real-time server is called on-premise edition. Cloud edition is nothing but the mobile device or any tab, whatever the postings we are doing or whatever the config we are doing in the cloud edition is called as a, these are the main capabilities of S4 HANA. So here, yeah. So moving on to two topics previously. So real-time process. A real-time process means here the controlling module is integrated to FI. Previously, we used to do the separate configuration settings for FI as well as the separate configuration settings for controlling. But in simple finance, that is not required. Means the data redundancy is totally removed. We can say that data redundancy or the duplication is totally removed in simple finance. And coming on to third point, production simulation analysis. So here, with the help of Lumina, an application which is introduced by SAP, so we can present the data or we can present the customer information or whatever the data it is there on the x-axis or y-axis through which like pie charts or else flow charts or else a presentation of data on x-axis and y-axis. So which is useful for the management for the purpose of decision taking. So this is about the prediction, simulation and analysis, which is called as a luminar. So moving on to next slide. So these are the S4 HANA business benefits. Data model is made very simple. This we'll discuss in next game. OLAP and OLTP in single system. So OLAP, online analytical process and online transaction process. So here, so this is on OLTP, online transaction process, means here only I can save the current data, or if possible I can retrieve only the current data. So here if I want to retrieve the information for more than 6 months or more than 3 months, it is not possible because the data capacity is very less in OLTP process, we can say. In OLAP, in order to remove the disadvantage in OLTP, so here OLAP has been introduced. So it means it can handle the current as well as historical data, means current information as well as the past information related to 6 months or 1 year or even 6 years also, that I can able to extract the information OLAP. So but in SAP, we are using OLAP and OLTP process in order to have high performance. So here, rich user experience using Fury. This is a new application, new UI. Reconciliation is not required. So why reconciliation is not required? Because previously, if I am configuring any if I am doing any configuration or posting any transaction, so it is going to sit in different tables, like header item in one table, line item in one table, and total amount in one table. So by this, the end user is concentrating more time or is paying more time on the reconciliation to match the information with one related information to another one. So if the data is matching, it's fine, or else if it is not matching, again he need to do rework. So it means he's paying more time on the reconciliation of the information he has entered into system. But in simple finance, since the entire information is updated in one table called ACDOCA, so here reconciliation is not required. And next point is easy deployment, cloud and on-premises. So here all the data is updated in single table, which is ACDOCA. This concept, that is updation of all the information in one table, is called as universal journal. So here next point is both SAP and FI are being merged at FI side, or CO is integrated to FI, we can say. And here there is a big dilemma. Before previously, like business area should be given importance, so the profit center should be given importance. So now the business area is not being given more importance, because profit center is given more importance when compared to business area in simple finance, and cost element is removed here. So this we'll discuss in later in detail. So this is about S4 HANA history, we can say. 2011, in 2011 SAP has, the in-memory platform has been introduced by SAP, and 2012 SAP has brought SAP Business Warehouse powered by SAP HANA. This is a real-time reporting and analysis. And 2013 it has introduced OLAP and OLTP together, that is merged two parts of the system, that is the OLAP, online analytical process, and online transaction process in 2013. And 2014, so here single source of truth, that is universal journal, orange, all these are brought in 2015. Coming to 2015 onwards, SAP has introduced the real version of simple finance, that is March 2015 SAP has introduced the simple finance. Now moving on to next slide. So here overview of row data storage and column data storage. So here relational databases typically use row-based data storage. However, column-based storage is more suitable for many business applications. SAP HANA supports both row-based and column-based storage and is particularly optimized for column-based information. So about this point, so previously my data storage is like this. So my country is information is like it's of three levels. One is the country level information about the product and about the sales here. So here, like the data is being storing like this. So row one, India chocolate 1000, that is a country, product and sales. In row two, India ice cream and 2000. All this. So this is the information is updated in column architecture or column wise scenario. Coming to a column based, so here, so what is happening in the row store architecture? Suppose if there are 1000 customers in my company code. So if I want to extract the information related to Germany chocolate 4000, so what is happening in the background is in the row storage information, it is reading the information, required information right from row one. So all this line items, so 1 to 1000 customers it is to use in the background and used to give the exact result. So what is happening is we are less, it is wasting a lot of time. So it is reading right from 1 to the 1000 customers in your database or in the SAP system database. But in coming to column store architecture, whatever the required information it is there, that is a, suppose for example in my example I require the 755th customer. So directly hitting the required customer and is extracting the required information. So here it is saving a lot of time. So this is about the data storage. So but in SAP we are using as well both the row storage as well as column storage, because previously what all the information I stored is on row based. So currently I cannot say that totally I need to migrate to column store, because for the purpose of data speed we are saying that SAP is using both row store as well as the column storage. So here the description is that traditional databases simply store in rows. The HANA in-memory database stores both in rows and columns. It is a combination of both storage approaches that produces the speed, flexibility and performance of the HANA database. So this is the main feature of the data storage in S4 HANA. So here, moving on to next slide. So what are the main advantages of column-based storage? Faster data access. So here, since the data it is reading the required field or the required row column, so the system is giving the exact result in a couple of seconds or in a couple of within no means of time. So here only affected columns have to be read during the selection process of a query. Any of the columns can be served as an index. This is the faster data access. Better comprehension. Columnar data storage allows highly efficient comprehension because the majority of the columns contains only few distinct values here. Better parallel processing. So these are the main features of the column based tables. So advantage and disadvantage of row based columns here. So row-based tables have advantage in the following circumstances. The application needs to only process a single record at a time. It means I can search the database only one or two fields, not more than one. So like this, the application typically needs to access a complete record. So first, when the required input is search, then only it will take the input for the second query. Neither aggregations nor fast searching are required. So here, fasting, that is a instant approach or instant delivery of the required information, is not possible in the row access or row data storage. The table has a small. So these are the main disadvantages we can say in a row based storage. For all this disadvantage I am removed in the column based transaction processing. So moving on to next slide here. So this is a high level SPN means simple finance architecture. So here this high level view means the finance activities, the controlling activities, or as a financial close and disclosure management, integrated planning is happening. Everything is happening in S4 SPN here. So we are calling as universal journal or unified single document here. So by this we are saying that optimized financial accounting process is happening. So next one is about the universal journal. So what is a universal journal? Universal journal is a structure of single source of truth for both FI and CO module business transaction posting. Means here CO, that is controlling, is integrated to FI. Next, helps reporting in all component use data from same journal entries. Means so here when I execute the T code SE16N, and give the input as ACDOCA. Here all the 365 views are available in this universal journal. So we are saying all the components of the database are available, visible in the same journal entry. So simply speaking, universal journal is one line item table of all dimensions of FI, that is financial accounting, CO, controlling as asset accounting, AA, and meteorology. So here, these are the key features of simple finance. Secondary cost elements are part of GL accounts and thereby uniformity is maintained. So previously what happened in R3 is that if I want to create a cost element, so I used to enter the T code as KA01, KA02 or KA03 or as KA06 for creation of secondary cost element. So here is what happening is already I am creating a cost, I'm creating a GL account in FI, and at the same time I'm creating this GL account as a cost element to further process the transaction controlling. So it is happening. We are doing the data. We are doing the same transaction or same activity two times. But here in simple finance, it is not required. So let me take to the real example on this. So I'm switching on my simple finance server. So this is my SAP server. Previously, let me open even R3 or server also. Now, previously, if I want to enter the cost element as an GL account as a cost element, I used to enter the T code /n KA01. So it is enter. It is used to ask the system as a which controlling area you want to maintain. So this one, I want to maintain a cost profit and loss account, that is salaries account, as an cost element. So this entire data I need to enter in previous one. Enter. So it's already created. Suppose if I want to display, that is K02, enter, enter. So this is the transaction which I am doing. That is in R3 environment. But here in simple finance, this is my simple finance server. If I want to create any GL account as an cost element or as a GL account for an FI using, so I used to enter T code FS00, enter. So here, for example, I want to say rent as an cost element. So here, click on edit mode. Means here, see. So here, what is happening is one GL account I can create as an profit and loss account. I can maintain as a primary cost element, or I can maintain even a secondary cost element. So here, duplication, that is a data redundancy, is totally removed in simple finance. So here, if I select primary cost or reducing revenues here, go to control data tab where we'll see the link between the CO as well as FI. So here it is a link between the CO as well as FI. If I give the cost element category or whatever the required category here, it will link the FI activity into CO activity to FI. So then, or else if I use the T code KA01, again it will migrate, it will move to the same screen as FS00 only /n KA01, enter. So it is coming to the same screen, the GL account centrally. So if you with this we can say that data redundancy, duplication is removed. And coming to next point, universal journals are written to a new table which is called ACDOCA. How one can use the old data from old tables also. Here, whatever the information we are posting in the current server, that is SAP Hana server, it is updating in the ACDOCA table as a universal journal. So what is happening to the previous table? All the previous tables are also visible here. Means that previous tables are only for a view access. Storage is happening in ACD/OCA, as well as the information which already we have processed in R3 environment is still visible in as a view access. Why two tables means here? If I want to do the reconciliation, I want to match one information in the previous R3 table or as R3 tables as well as in ACDO simple finance table. So I can do. So here we can say that the previous tables are view access and ACDOC is a storage view. So next point is significantly reduced memory footprint. So moving on to next slide. So this is so here I have given presented the universe in detail. And next slide. So this is about the detailed table level presentation of universal journal. Here, so previously like different tables are being updated here, but in COS, BA, this is a cost element controlling tables, and here it is material ledger tables, that is tables or as SD tables here, and here it is asset accounting tables, and here it is a transaction which are related to GL accounting or customer tables or as a vendor. So here what is happening is means different tables are being updated in different modules like GL item in one table, asset accounting other tables, customer in different tables. But in Universal Journal, all the entire information is updated in single table, which is called ACDO CA. So here they are the futures of this HANA views in the same names. The line item tables and application indexes, general accounting, GLTO, BIS, BSIS, BSAS, and FAGL, FLEXC, Flexa, FAGL, FLEXT, and these are all the futures of this one. So here the main feature which I can say in simple short presentation is that entire all the tables are updated in ACDO CA. So moving on to next slide. And here this is the technical side of what is in-memory technology. So here in in-memory technology, previously if I want to extract any information that is in R3 environment or any other environment, so my data is mainly sitting in hard disk. So from hard disk, if I want to extract any information from hard disk, it is getting to RAM, that is random access memory, and from RAM the reports are being generated. So here what is happening here means the entire, the entire data is being presented or is stored in hard disk. So hard disk is playing a major role. But in HANA server, hard disk we are giving a less importance, or HANA server is giving a less importance. So if I want to get the exact information directly, it is entire information is sitting in RAM. From RAM it is reports. So here R3 environment from hard disk to RAM and from reports. But in HANA directly from RAM to reports. This is the main future of the in-memory technology. So what is in-memory technology means presentation of the data in RAM and extracting the information from RAM is called as in-memory technology. So here this is the functional side. So here if any company is using ECC 4.0, then first they need to convert the data into new GL accounting, as Simple Finance supports mainly new GL accounting. So here about this migration activity, if any customer want to use the features of Simple Finance and they want to enjoy the advantage of Simple Finance. So what is the thing is that we cannot use this feature in classical GL accounting as supported by SAP previous versions. So compulsory and must and mandatory they need to migrate to new GL accounting because SAP strictly supporting only new GL accounting. So classical GL accounting is totally removed from SAP as for Simple Finance. And here, since new GL accounting as it's supporting parallel ledger, segment reporting, document splitting, so Simple Finance also main supports on this. So it means what all the features are available in new GL accounting, new general ledger accounting, the same features are available in Simple Finance also. So it supports parallel ledger, that is multiple evaluations, segment reporting, document splitting. So these are the main features of new GL accounting. So here next point is in classical FI module there is one parallel valuation methods, but in new GL we have two parallel valuation methods, three parallel valuation method in controlling. And there are the two approaches of migration here, with migration and without migration. So with migration means if the customer, all the existing data in SAP HANA needs to be migrated in S4 application. So here if the client want to enjoy simple finance, or he want to enjoy the futures of simple finance, then the entire data has to be converted into S4 HANA database. And without database, even this, or if even without the migration of the entire information is possible, that is in parallel system. So one system he has to maintain the R3 environment, and another system he has to use, and the processing he has to, which needs to be done in S4 HANA. So this is the without migration. So both approaches are possible here. With migration and without migration of the existing data is possible. Structure. So this is my existing structure, that is R3 environment, and this is my S4 HANA structure. So here hard disk is playing a vital role, or the key important role. Memory, that is the RAM memory, and CPU register. So in the S4 HANA server, CPU register, memory, that is also which is called as a RAM, flash, hard disk. So hard disk is giving a less and very minor importance to hard disk. So with this, what I can say, my processing information is very high, since I can store more and more volume of information in hard disk. The processing speed is very high in S4 HANA environment. So this is the advantage of new structure here. Dependency on hard disk is very less, because entire information is being updated in RAM. Duplication is removed, as in previous structure it is stored in hard disk, memory, and CPU register. So this point I explained previously, like if I want to extract any information directly, it is hitting hard disk, then memory and CPU, but here directly from RAM to reports. And here in the new structure is saved, in the new structure data is saved in flash, which is also called as cloud memory, by which the system performance is very speed. So this is the main feature of in-memory technology also. And the next point is that all the information is updated in single table, which is called ACDOCA. Whereas in the previous structure, if we want to retrieve, so this point like extracting information out of the n number of items available. Next. So here one more advantage is that if a suddenly screen closes due to any technical reason, then we need to enter all the information right from the beginning, which is a complicated task. But in simple finance, it is resolved. The data is saved. The end user can continue where he left the data unsaved. For example, the end user is processing the transaction F-02. He has to enter 1000 line items. Suddenly, due to technical reason or any other reason, the person the screen got collapsed, or in the line item 995 line item. Then previously the end user has to enter right from beginning, that is document date, posting date, and line item, debit line item, credit line item of 995 line items, and you should process the transaction. So it is nothing but duplication, or else a time loss. So since in S4 HANA, since the entire information is updated in RAM, random access memory, so wherever he left over because of the technical reason or whatever the reason which he cannot able to process the transaction, there from there he can continue to process. So no need to enter right from 1 to 995 line items. So directly he can enter from the moment or from the position where he lost the to store the information. So it is saving a lot of time for the end user, and no need to create a cost element separately. So here this is a technical component as what's the data migration option and SLT. So data migration, DMO, which is popularly called an SLT, system landscape transfer. So what happened in data migration option is DMO is used when a client is having all the data in Oracle database or any other database and wants to completely migrate to S4 HANA database. So this is a technical approach. So if the client want to enjoy the simple finance future, so he has to migrate to simple finance S4 HANA. So here he can have the entire database in S4 HANA, or else he can use the same database like Oracle database or any other environment where the previous information is stored, and the current information is updated in simple finance server. And SLT here, if the client wants to maintain two systems, that one system SAP EC 6.0 and other system is maintained, but wants to integrate both, then in this case SLT is useful. So here this is a major confusion which clients of nowadays are facing. So what is happening if the entire table is updated in single table. So as my previous information is lost, as we previously we are accustomed to different tables, but now, so here, since all the information updated in one table, is my data lost? No, absolutely no. The entire information is updated to new table as a view access. The previous data which is stored in different tables is on the view access in ACDOCA table. Okay, but the current information which we are saving in ACDO is on the storage access. So there are two access, and this is the universal general. Here the left hand side of the screen is the R3 environment, and the right hand screen is the S4 environment. So here, like a T course, like a creation of cost element is not required separately. I can create the cost element directly from F5 module. So with this we can say that controlling module is integrated to F5. So here this is Simple Finance add-on. There are two type of versions, like on-premise edition and cloud premise edition. In on-premise edition, in this edition, the consultant will do customization and tables migration will be done in ERP environment. That is the real-time configuration that we are doing in real-time server, and the postings which are done by end users is called on-premise edition. And cloud edition, end users will use in generating the financial transaction, also uses in generation report. So it's nothing but the Fury application which is installed in mobile device or as a tab device, where I can use this application for the purpose of posting or retrieving the information which I have posted previously. So this is about the cloud premise edition. And here I have presented the entire course contents in Excel file. You double click on this file, you'll get a course. Double click on this one, it will lead to the course content. So here I given the topic wide presentation. What all the topics which I am going to discuss? These are general topics. So discussion on the table architecture, advantage of new data storage, comparison between R3 data storage and HANA storage, row based, what is row based, what is database. So here this is the general topics. Coming to our syllabus, so here we are going to cover what is general ledger accounting and the changes in GL module. So first in my presentation or in my classes, how it will be like that. First we'll be doing the configuration, and we'll be seeing the postings in happening in ACDO, so both from on-premises posting as well as Fury postings. So this is about the GL and accounts payable, account receivable, asset accounting. That is a new asset accounting. Classical asset accounting is totally removed. Controlling, cost center accounting, internal orders, real and statistical internal orders, profit center accounting. Then changes are main changes happen to profitability analysis. Integration. So this integration component or integration feature is available only in 1511 version or 1511 version. In 1503 or else 1.0 Simple Finance 1.0 version or 2.0 1503, this integration is not available. Or 1511 version is also called Simple Logistics. So here we are doing integration to Material Management and SD integration to F5. And I'm also discuss about the migration concept, that is what is greenfield approach, what is brownfield approach. So here greenfield approach means direct right from scratch to finalization of configuration doing in SAP HANA server is called greenfield approach. And brownfield approach, already my data is being saved in R3 environment, so if I move the entire environment to S4 HANA, is called brownfield approach. So these topics we are going to discuss in detail in my presentation. So again, next analysis on Lumina tool. So all these are the different topics which I am going to cover in my uh, in, in my classes. So here, let me post one transaction and we'll see. Let us see whether this transaction is affecting ACDOC or not. I am opening Simple Finance server. So I want to post one transaction by using F-02. This is an on-premise edition /n F-02. I want to post one transaction here. So my company code is MM11. And here I want to post it to salaries. So 400, 100 is GL account for salaries. So here in the OBC4 setting, that is field status variant settings, are made business areas required entry. I am taking this as a cost center. So the text I am mentioning as salaries posted hyphen on premises posting. So this in detail description is only to see whether this transaction, that is on premises posting as well as Fury postings, is reflecting in ACDOCA or not. 50 credit 200 100 GL account for cash. Enter. Copy the amount. Enter the business area. Copy the text. Document menu simulate. So salaries account debit cash, I am using this one. Post it. So document 24 was posted on premises. So now I am going to post one more transaction in Fury, that is Cloud Edition. Let me open the Fury application. So I am using the same T code F-02 to post one more transaction Fury application. Enter the T code in, this is the command bar. Enter. So here the date is the same date which I posted in on premises. Company code is also same. Scroll down, enter the jail account which I want to post. So salaries is the jail account I posted on premises. Enter. I want to post 15,000. That is only for differentiation, because 10,000 I posted in on premises. Business area. Cost center. Click on view icon. Enter. I want to use this cost center accounting. So in the text I'll mention as salaries posted. Here Fury posting. So posting key is 50. Account is 200 100. Enter. Copy the amount. Give the business area. Copy the text. Go to overview. The display document overview. So this is the transaction which I am posting in Fury version. Click on post. Document 25 was posted, company code MM11. So 24 in on-premise edition and 25 in cloud edition. In 24 in on-premise edition, 25 in cloud edition. Let us see the transaction, both the transaction ACDOCA. Enter the T code SC16N, that is GL table display. Enter the table as ACDOCA. Click on enter. Enter the company, respective company code which you want to see the information. MM11. Your year is 2016. Then if you want to see the account doc number, you can see the trust account doc number, or else I want to execute all the transactions. Let me find out whether the particular two transactions are available or not. Execute this. Scroll down. My server is a little bit slow today, so it's taking so much time. Let me log in once again. See, 24, this line item which is posted on-premise edition, and 25 the document number which is posted in cloud edition. Let us have the detail in a detail view. Enter document 24 and 25 in the same table, 2016. This ACDOC AC16 and table. Document 24, which are posted in on-premises. Click on execute. So it has been updating like this. This is the leading ledger, 0L is the leading ledger, and the BKPF is the transaction table updating. Okay. So here I have configured cost and accounting, profits and accounting. So here this is also called as a universal journal. See, since all the 366 plus views are available in ACDOC, which is called universal journal. See, the text is salaries posted on premises. Click on back arrow. Enter the document number as 25, which are posted on premises. Click on execute. So this is the transaction that posted in on premises. It is 0LMM. Click on the right hand side. So by text I can negotiate, I can differentiate whether it's on premises or cloud premises. See, salaries posted, Fury postings, like this. So with this I can say the entire information is updated in single table, which is ACDOCA as a storage view. So like this, in my classes I am going to handle all the trainings. We'll do the configuration, and we'll post the transactions, and we'll see the information updated in ACDOCA, which is also called Universal Journal. Yeah. So these are my contact details. You can reach me on this mobile number, or you can reach me on this mobile number. My mail ID is so and so. You can even reach me on my Skype ID. This is my Skype ID, MANGALAKUDETI. Yeah. Thanks for your patience. Thanks for listening my demo. Have a good day.